going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and hey, happy Friday. Happy day after the release of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Doomsday Dawn is upon us real soon, but for now, we're here for another episode of The Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour. Today, at the request of the Black Dragon Disciple Chase Sandlin, it's all about the Forest of Spirits. If you guys have any requests, as always, throw them in the comments, we'll get right on them, and today, this episode of The Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by the man who requested it, Chase Sandlin. My friend, thank you so much. I'm very excited to GM for you in Minkai and the Forest of Spirits as well. It should be super great, but let's dive in. So this forest just south of the Arctic Circle is the primeval birthplace of the Kami. Kami are spirits who protect the animals, plants, objects, and locations that can't protect themselves against civilization's advance. Since the gods first created them, these spirits have spread throughout all of Tian Sha, and in some cases they've even begun to spread into other lands. And they've even started to accept and protect artificial creations as their wards. Anything that lacks its own sense of free will, basically, might have a Kami protector. But despite that spread, it is within the Forest of Spirits that their power remains the strongest. The Kami aren't entirely hostile to humanity, but not all of the forest denizens are so impartial to civilization. Some, such as small settlements of Kitsune, manage the delicate balance of being welcoming to outlanders while still honoring the Kami. And hey, if you don't know what a Kitsune is, follow this card right up here. It's one of my favorite races, to tell you the truth. To learn more about it, here's hoping we see it in Pathfinder 2nd Edition real soon. Other things, such as forest dragons, dragons with a breath that is razor leaf, so that's sweet. The unquiet dead and corrupted Kami who have died only to be reborn as the Oni dwell in small pockets of woodland where the Kami's rule fails. These creatures openly disrespect the Kami and work to murder or otherwise bring harm to humanity. The Kami suffer these taints within the forest only as long as their depredations do not encroach upon the parts of the forest protected by the Kami themselves. As one approaches the southern coastline, the woods grow thin and small human settlements can be found. A well-traveled route known as the Spirit Road hugs the coastline, connecting the nations of Hungal and Minkai, and we've talked about both of those nations already here in The Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour. Follow this card right up here. We'll direct you to the entire playlist, so you can get caught up on all the cool stuff. This route is one of the most important trade routes in all of Minkai, and because of this, that nation takes great pains to keep it well maintained and to keep the Kami satisfied, with offerings placed at numerous shrines along the roadside. The citizens who reside in the settlements that dot the Spirit Road strike bargains in pacts with the Kami, allowing loggers, hunters, fishers, and the like the honor of gathering timber and furs from specifically selected regions along the woodland's edge, provided the people are respectful of that resource. Those who would foolishly abuse the honor have a tendency to vanish in the woods, and many speak of the story of the lost empire of Zhao in that regard. A kingdom that was supposedly ruled by a samurai named Zhaokoyu, who was greedy and demanded more and more timber, but as the forest dwindled, the Kami grew angry and they rose up against him, recruiting their kin and darker, more dangerous things like Fae and even a mighty forest dragon to destroy the empire and obliterate all trace of it, except for the story, which the Kami allow to survive only to warn would-be abusers of the power that resides within the Forest of Spirits. And yeah, like all places in Golarion, of course, the Forest of Spirits does have its own real-world equivalent. Here, it's basically just the stories of Japanese mythology when it comes to the Kami themselves. Kami, of course, are the spirits or phenomena that are worshipped in the religion of Shinto. They can be elements of the landscape, forces of nature, as well as beings and the qualities that these beings express. Imagine, if you will, just Princess Mononoke, slapped into Golarion, there it is. Now, if I were to take a party of adventurers here, and actually I am very soon in one of our Pathfinder games that's kicking off thanks to the wonderful support of patrons just like you, if you're a patron of mine and you hear this, definitely 100%, and I have to be a little careful here because I don't want to spoil that story, you're going to see the Kami. The Kami are going to be there. The Kami are going to ask things of the party. And should the party decide to abuse the Kami or abuse the resources they protect, it's going to get super rough. Imagine, if you will, the Druids of the Far East. this is where they would be. They would live in the Forest of Spirits, and actually, there does exist a religion in Pathfinder known as Tomashigo, which is essentially the Dragon Empire's equivalent of the Green Faith, and I think that's really cool because the Green Faith is probably my favorite religion. I've gotten moved into where I'm staying now, and there's a forest right behind my apartment, and I don't know why I'm recording this. I don't know why I'm not just exploring that. Well, it's almost 4 in the morning, I guess, is why, but yeah, whatever. Now, if I were to play a character from the Forest of Spirits, of course, it would be a character with close ties to the kami. And back in the day, I did have a Kitsune blade-bound Kensei whose sword housed within it the spirit of a kami that protected his family. It was a big selling point across a long-term campaign. I really miss Sanjuro. I really miss the fact that I didn't get to explore his power as much as I would have liked, and I guess I'm vicariously living on in Kuratama in A House Divided. And if you guys haven't watched A House Divided, by the by, follow this card right up here. You can watch us roll really bad, and you can watch us just flounder. It's amazing. It's a whole lot of fun. And now I'm thinking I need to re-roll Sanjuro and show people again that the way of the warrior is in drinking all the sake I could find and winning all the duels I can find. Hashtag chaotic neutral. But what do you guys think about this place? Would you adventure here? Would you play a druid or cleric or the like who was a follower of Tomashigo? And do you hope we see more of this region in Pathfinder 2nd Edition? As always, let me know what you're thinking in the comments. We'll keep that conversation going. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of The Dragon Empire is a 5-minute tour where we cover, by request, Nagajor, drops next Friday.